it's Simplicity and welcome back to a new video. Today we have a video that was meant to be a create a clean household with me. And it still kind of is, but it's sped up because this sim took me 3 hours and I ended up with like, I don't know, 2 hours of footage, something like that, because I did take a break and then like come back to it. But yeah, so I sped this up just a smidge because I didn't feel like anyone would really want a video over like an hour long of creating a sim just for the current household. So I sped it up a bit and here we are. So I had this sim that I was just kind of like fooling around with. I had downloaded a new skin, so that's what I was kind of like testing out today. And I used a few little tips and tricks from Florida's How She Creates Her Sims, which I will link in the cards if you're interested, because this was kind of like very similar to like a sim that she would make, and her sims are always very pretty. So I was kind of using like a few little tips and tricks that I changed up my sliders for the facial to be like the 2 times depth or whatever it is. And I feel like I might actually continue to do this because I feel like I'm going to be able to create more kind of diverse sims this way instead of me restricting myself the way that I have been. So I don't really feel like I changed up too much, but I just feel like she's a very pretty sim. So it ended up working out quite well. Okay. I was going to say, I don't know what I was doing here, but we were adjusting her mouth because I went in and did her body and stuff like that afterwards. So you can see here just kind of fooling around a little bit, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with everything just to kind of make everything a little bit more proportionate. But I will say the one thing I like about adding the 2 times slider is that I can move the mouth down further, which sometimes I feel like that's an issue with Sims. It needs to be like lowered. And I don't know why I never thought of lowering, like changing that one slider to be able to like lower it myself. But for whatever reason, I hadn't. So I'm kind of glad that I did now. And then we moved it back in here because I had realized I hadn't done her eyes yet. So I did change up a few little things, but I did really like the way that her eyes were to begin with. So as you can see, we just changed up a few little small things. Nothing all too extravagant, but I feel like she's a little bit different from Sims that I typically make. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I feel like she's kind of different. And then we hopped in and we started on makeup because I wanted to get like the proper vibe for this sim. This I love. I just wish that you could go in and recolor everything individually. That's like my one thing with them. But I do find something that works. I don't remember what one it was, but something worked. And, oh, it was this one. I felt like that looked really pretty on her eye shape, and I kept it kind of just a little bit more neutral. So then we hopped in here to the eyeliner and everything of that sort. And I added some bottom eyeshadow as well, just because I felt like it would complement her eyes a little bit better and just tie everything together. And we added a little bit of eye highlight and some eyeliner. But I apologize because this is my like 3rd Creative Sim kind of video this week. Because we started the week off with a Creative Sim. Tuesday was a townie makeover. Wednesday's a speed build. And then we had this video today. So I apologize for that. But I've just been in like a very kind of like Creative Sim mood. And if by me doing this video, it means that I can go ahead and start a new current household. Because the one that I was playing with, I can't remember her name. Rachel? Maybe? I haven't touched them since December. So I kind of need something to go back into the game, kind of have some time for me. And I think the Sim's going to allow me to do that. I think it's going to work out fairly well. You'll see here that I actually went in and I removed the contour from her nose so I could add a nose mask, and then I layered it back over the top because I didn't want it to be hidden. But yeah, so I haven't played with my actual like current household since December. I've actually been playing with the Sims 4 current household more often than I've been playing with my Sims 3 one, which, I'm not gonna lie, that's not really like me. So, yeah, we're going to have a new current household, and I feel like it's a necessity for me to allow myself to go back in and play this game on my own time. So, here we are, just kind of, doing all this. I was going to say, I don't remember what I did for her lipstick, which I might have actually went with this because I felt like it kind of worked. Did I not? What one did I go with? Oh, it was this one. And then I changed up the colors because I remember I liked the shine on this one a little bit better. So I kind of tried to make it a little bit more like a nude kind of pink. And then we hopped into hair. So I figured this out on Twitter from NonRevSims, that if you click up here, you can randomize the hairstyles. And then we came across this one, and I felt like it looked very pretty on her. So this was the one that we went with, and then I had to figure out a hair color. I went with this, which honestly, this hair color on this sim is absolutely stunning. But the way that this hair is recolored and retextured, the hair color doesn't match. So if you see how the brows are so dark here and red, that's because the original color that's on any other hair texture other than this one is not this color. So I was kind of very limited on what I could do for her hairstyles, but honestly, I don't mind it too much. I felt like I kind of made it work. And then I came back in here trying to see if I could find a baby hair that would work with her. Some of these things, I don't know what they are. But I also have no idea where any of my baby hairs came from. So I don't know, I was going to say, did I go with that one? But I think I went with this one. Just because it was a little bit smaller and then I matched it. It doesn't match absolutely perfectly to this hair, but I felt like it looked a little bit better. And then now it's outfit time, and this part took honestly not as long as I expected it to, but at the same time it took me a while with every other outfit. So I really liked this top on her. I felt like it was kind of very fitting, and then I went with a pair of jeans that I used way too often, I'm not gonna lie. Because I really like the way that it looked on her, and then I have some broken CC, so I'm gonna have to try and figure that out, because I don't know where it came from. But, yeah, I'll have to go in and, figure that out after this video and such. But I went with, what are they? These jeans, and I recolored them to not have any sort of, pattern on them, because I felt like they kind of worked, and I like how high-waisted they are. So I went with these ones because I liked this blue. And then for shoes, I think I ended up going with a pair like this. We went with platform Converse, which I don't typically use ever, but I really like the vibe of them. And it kind of makes her look like she's shorter than what she actually is, which I really enjoyed. So we went back to those, I believe, because I don't know, I really like the vibe. And then I went with the white ones. We tried recoloring things. I wasn't really vibing, and I was trying to see if I could stop the shirt from conflicting with the pants. I could not. But it didn't really bother me all too much, that I just kind of kept it. I tested out a few little accessories on this sim. I really like the way that the long lashes looked on her, but I kept them off. And then we went with these cute little butterfly earrings, a simple little necklace, and then we tested out a few different nails. I ended up going with these ones here and recoloring them to this kind of purpley brown sort of color. And I really like those, so I kept it with that. And then I came in here with some tattoos. I wanted something I could show off on her shoulders, which with this hairstyle you can't really tell. But I use these ones too often that I didn't want to use them. So I ended up using this one, which I don't think I've ever actually used. I gave her a belly button piercing and some toenail polish, and then we hopped into her formal outfit. I ended up going with something, I don't think I've used it, to my knowledge, but I went with this one. And it was a bit of a longer dress, but yeah, I don't think I've ever used it. It kind of gives a chance to show off her belly button piercing. And I just felt like it's a very pretty dress, and if I was going to use it, why not use it today? So I went with these shoes that I tend to overuse, but they're honestly one of my favorite things in the game. And I kept everything else kind of simple. I gave her this heart necklace because it matched the gold of the earrings. Hopped in, did the same nails. And then we hopped in with the belly button piercing and her tattoos, and we were pretty much good to go, I think. And then I tried changing up the color of the dress, even though this was a waste of my time because I ended up going directly back to the one that she had originally. So then I tried out a few different hairstyles here. This is where you are going to... Oh, no, I didn't. Never mind. Maybe I skipped that. But, see, here we are. So as you can see, like, the hair color is completely different. It only stays with this kind of, like, similar texture, even though this one's even a little bit more brown. Yeah. So her hair ends up kind of staying the same. It changed here, but I ended up going back in and changing it back and locking it with that first hair. So, because I felt like it was too much of a difference. And I kind of wanted to keep the more kind of blonde tones to her, so that was what we did. And I skipped shoes here, but I do end up going back to them. I really just wanted everything with her accessories really quick. Just so I could see how everything was going to look with the tattoos. I love the thigh piece of this. I feel like it is so pretty. And then I recolored the toenails, and then we hopped in with some shoes. And then for swimwear, I think I went with a one-piece option from Bill Sims. We went with something like this because I don't know what it is. I really like the cutouts on her. So this was what we went with, and I ended up changing the color of it. But I ended up going in and doing all of her accessories and everything really quick too. I don't know, I felt like she was very pretty. And then we do hop in and I change up the color of her swimwear. I think I went with like a red pink kind of tone to this, if I remember correctly. Apparently I took a pause here, so I apologize for that. I didn't realize. Hopefully it's not too long of a pause. Okay, so I changed up to, as you saw, the little kind of red color at the end. And then we hopped in and did a outerwear outfit. I ended up changing this top because I didn't like the way that it looked with the pants. But I felt like the pants were going to be very easy to just kind of keep since they were the same as her everyday outfit. And then we tried out a few different things. Wasn't really vibing with a lot. But I kept this similar color, and then I tried recoloring this to match better. I ended up just changing it in general because I was not vibing with this the way that I was hoping I would. So please just kind of ignore how awful all of this is because it's not cute. So I ended up going with something like this because I really like the vibe of this jacket, and it matches her nail color, which is automatically a win. Then we hopped in, we did some accessories, and we were pretty much good to go. So there we go. So I think that's it, other than like her name and stuff like that. So her name is Valencia Croft. And I'm actually going to go ahead and wrap this video up right here. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, you can go ahead and hit the like button down below. If you want to see some more videos from me, you can go ahead and subscribe. I post videos typically 6 days a week right now. If you are already subscribed and want notifications when I post, go ahead and hit that bell down below. Make sure that your YouTube notifications are turned on. And I will see you all in my very next video. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed her. She's a little bit different. I actually ended this a little bit faster than I thought that I would. So this was what I was trying to figure out her voice, and then I randomized this. And then we do a little spinny spin, and I think that's about it. So I will see you all next time. Bye, lovelies.